If you've gotten a mortgage before, or this is your first time buying a house, you may have heard that you can start with one lender and wind up actually paying a different one. What does that mean and why does it matter? It's important to understand that when it comes to mortgages, they're really kind of two different branches of how mortgages work. There's the origination side, and that means where we are collecting your information, we are helping you structure your loan, and then we're getting that loan closed. The second part of that is servicing, and that means after closing, who is processing your payments, if you have an escrow account for taxes and insurance, who is collecting those fees, and then also paying them out to the right parties. Some companies do both. A lot of banks will do both. And then there are some companies that primarily what they do is origination. And then there are other companies that primarily what they do is servicing. So there are some common concerns around that transition from origination to servicing. Yes, your loan can be sold at any time, but typically if it is sold after closing, you're going to be with that company for some time. What happens to my loan? Can my terms change? No, your terms cannot change. The note, which is essentially a contract explaining the terms of your mortgage, is a signed contract. It means this is your rate and this is your loan term, so your payment will not change in that sense. What happens with my escrow account? Just like when servicing rights are transferred, saying this new company is going to start processing your payments, your escrow account also follows with that account. So now that we have the concerns out of the way, why do lenders do this? The important thing to remember is when a lender is closing your loan, when they are lending you that money, they have a finite amount of money to use. Well, at a certain point, that money will run out. So what has to happen is your mortgage is transferred to another company who purchases that loan and reimburses the lender for your loan amount. So what that essentially does is keep the flow of money moving throughout the industry. But as a borrower, how does it benefit you and why you shouldn't be scared if your loan is going to be transferred to a different servicer? The main reason is it allows lenders on the front end in that kind of origination channel is to be very competitive, meaning they can sell loans to different servicers who may be able to offer lower rates or more flexible guidelines. And what that means for you is you have the opportunity to get a loan with better terms and an even easier process because of more flexible guidelines. So if you have any concerns about your loan being transferred for servicing, talk to your loan officer so you can address those questions and bring you the comfort that you need to make your next decision.